we're just waiting for a couple more people to stream in. I know that we were off last week, but that's why we wanted to do starting on Tuesdays instead of Fridays. Let me know in the channel if this time is better for you than on Fridays. It's usually Friday mornings in the US and Friday night here in Singapore. We have so many excited things to talk about today. And first thing I want to do is talk a little bit about our hackathon and workshop here at NTU. NTU is here in Singapore, and it is a top 30 college in the whole world, top 6 engineering university in the world. So it's pretty amazing. We co-sponsored a hackathon with Base and Virtual's protocol. Like both of those are massive names, and we were very proud to be like, you know, on the same roster as those guys. But we do have that hackathon going on for 1 full week. It is going to conclude on the August 26th at Amazon headquarters here in Singapore. But the cool thing is it's available for all college students around the world, not just NTU. And so let me actually share that deck so that you guys can see that. 1 second here. NTU and man, I got so many pictures and stuff from the event. We were there with head of ecosystem for Base Singapore, and it was pretty awesome. Let me click where the deck is. No, that's not it. While I find the actual deck, Natalia, how's everything with you?
Hey, did you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Nice to hear you again. Do not forget to join our tomorrow's Render With Me session. We will be doing great stuff, so I hope to see you all there. What I wanted to ask is Alejandro going to join us today?
So Alejandro is actually driving cross country while we're speaking, and he is finishing that trip very soon. So unless he can park somewhere, I'm not sure he'll be on this call. But actually, let me share my screen to share your screen.
Hey, we are waiting.
Make selection. Share this entire screen. You guys see my messy screen?
Not yet. It's loading. Yeah, we can see it now.
All right, cool. So how do I enter full screen? Cool. And is that full screen okay?
Yeah, perfect.
All right, cool. So yeah, this is so cool. We want to get into more blockchain organizations at various campuses. So if you guys know of a good college, feel free to let us know. Also, I want to welcome like anybody here that is from the Aether side. The Aether NFT airdrop happened. We airdropped to over 9,050 of the most hardcore Aether holders. From what Aether told me, these are people that have bought the token and have never sold a single one type of deal, and they're the Aether's best users. And we're proud to have some of them learn about Sogni, use Sogni, etc. And okay, yeah, and so people were asking, how do I get the Aether NFT? That it was for like the most dedicated members of Aether. So it is like a one-time airdrop. In fact, it's soul-bound, so they can't sell it. But it does give you some small perks in the platform, some future discounts on purchases if you wanted to buy renders and stuff, and more. But the cool thing is the technology that we created to do that airdrop and make it soul-bound it's going to enable us to do a lot more co-branded community stuff. Like imagine something with CryptoPunks or some other popular NFT collection. And I do know that some people were worried about like if a lot of enterprise Aether GPU compute power is coming to Sogni. And for right now, the answer is no. I feel like we have 450 GPUs, people powered. You know, half of them are Mac M1s and above. The other half are RTX 4090s and above. And I think we're pretty good on compute power for now, but there's so much co-collaboration and community sharing we can do. But for now, don't worry that, you know, a bunch of Aether GPUs are going to come through. I think we're quite healthy as we are. Saying that, as we release Sogni video and Sogni model training, we probably will have to 2 to 3x our GPU power. So we'll see what happens there, but I'm pretty sure our community can grow on top of that. But let me go over this deck really fast because it's pretty cool. The timeline started on the 16th, which is 3 days ago. It ends on the 26th. And then it's with 3 different projects: Virtual Protocol, Sogni, and Base. I don't know if you guys know, but Base created their own app. It's called the Base app. It's on the iPhone and Android. It's in beta right now. The Sogni team got beta access to it, and anybody can build mini applications for the Base app. I think behind the scenes it's actually Farcaster, Farcaster Frames technology, but Sogni team will be developing some apps on Base in the future. We've just been pretty busy with that. But it's cool that anybody can enter any of these, all 3 of these competitions. And I'll just jump straight to ours, which is the Sogni.ai track. Generative AI has immersive potential to solve creative problems, yet many consumers struggle to access high-quality AI experiences outside of centralized paywalled platforms. And the answer is to build a application using Gen AI and Sogni SDK to solve a problem for somebody. This must be a web application that works for mobile and desktop. And so examples is like, you know, a tattoo idea creator or a logo gen. And we link to our resources here, the Sogni SDK, the Sogni white paper. We have a ton of demo applications. You guys are all familiar with the Photo Booth app, but we actually built in half a day another demo app, which I decided to show you guys. I built this app in about 4 hours. It's a tattoo idea generator app, and then I fell asleep, and then Mark built it for additional 4 hours. So we launched it 8 hours, and I'm super excited because a lot of people have really loved it. The Sogni SDK, by the way, if you or your friends are going to enter a competition, any group that is formed, we will airdrop 2,500 Spark to get you started. And again, the deliverables would be by next week a 5-minute video, a pitch deck, and a project link on GitHub. And the prizes is $1,000 USD cash for the first place, $400 for second place, and third place will get $100. So I know of at least 3 or 4 projects, teams at NTU working on this, but you know, plenty of chance for anybody else to get in. So even if you have a friend, only one person really has to be in college, and maybe they'll have to show the college ID, but not everyone in the team needs to be. So come check that out. And I will just showcase you really quick the app that we created to Sogni. If you go to ink.sogni.ai, this is the app we created in 8 hours just to show you how easy vibe code apps. So whenever I refresh the page, you can see it's going to update this. So realistic line portrait, I'm going to hit generate, and you can see that it's going to create, I think, 16 different ideas all around of a lion portrait. And what's cool is I can go here and I can decide which one of these I like. Maybe I like this top one here. And then from here, I can start really fine grain. Like maybe I want to be more colors, right? So I'm going to click the more colors option. And it's going to create 16 more. So the idea is like this app is totally like already usable. We haven't made this work perfectly. It works on the iPhone and mobile phones, but we haven't perfected it there yet. We didn't have time. But you can see like this literally is a shippable product already that you can from. We made that on 8 hours using Sogni. You can add in straight Stripe credit card payments, and now bam, like you're making money. And that's the whole idea of building. Our goal is building 100 super apps by the end of the year. I think it'd be awesome. While we're on the topic, also I was mentioning the Aether airdrop. There was some miscommunication there that if you go to because the app is soulbound, like how do I move that NFT to my account? So again, I'm just going to go nft.sogni.ai. You can see that, by the way, anybody wants an NFT, just go to available and you can go and mint one of these prospect worker NFTs. You can log into mint. If I just do like one of my users here, source. And while there's still a supply of workers, you can just verify and once I verify my user, I can mint it, right? I'm not going to, but when I go to my NFTs, you can see that, I have the OG badge, prospect worker, and other stuff. We have this new ability to scan for third-party NFTs. So this is our first thing with Aether, and you can see that when I click here, it's gonna connect my my Rabby wallet or my MetaMask and start scanning for any approved NFTs. And right now we just have the Aether NFT here. You can see it right here, which is pretty cool. And when I click it, you can actually see the video version. So when you open this NFT on OpenSea, it's cool because if you support the media tag, the animation tag, it'll show you the Sogni video with that. That's pretty cool. This NFT, actually, we made this with Flux Korea. And Flux Korea should be coming to all the Sogni apps by end of this week, I think. Mark can correct me, but it's so cool what you can do with Flux Korea. It's now my favorite model. It gives you very painterly or mid-journey style graphics, and I love it. But so once you connected your wallet and you scanned and you found a valid NFT, then you have to click here and verify ownership. And you have to sign a transaction to say that, yes, I do own this wallet. And after that, so right now I've already verified this NFT, and that's why you get error here, because I've already verified. But it'll just give you some small boost in the platform. So I have to share this with Aether right now because people are asking, how do I move the NFT? This is how you connect your NFT with that. So I think I've talked enough here, so I'm going to lend it over to Mark, and he's going to demo some really cool updates. So give it over to you, Mark. You there, Mark?
His mic is on, but I can't hear him.
Okay. I'll just text him. While we're waiting on that, I do want to share a couple things. The team is here in Singapore are going to be headed to CoinFest Bali. Tomorrow, I'm going to be flying there. So anybody going to CoinFest, do look out for us. There's going to be a big side event for artists and creatives that we're going to be doing some photo booth stuff with. Some other stuff is the photo booth app just got faster. Just switched over from PNG to JPEG. So the file sizes are about a third the size. And they're looking pretty rad. In fact, let me show you a sneak peek of some of this photo booth stuff that we're going to be doing in Bali. To design.
Hey, Mark, are you with us?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can hear you now.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's one of those things where I had to like leave to come back. I'd been speaking the whole time, but anyways, yeah, Mobs, I can show that off as well.
Oh, okay, cool. I was about to show it, but I'll just mic to you.
It was Mouthpiece
so yeah,
for sure.
I'll just finish off what I was saying, just by saying, so the end of this week, the team is headed to CoinFest Bali to represent there. It's going to be an amazing time. A lot of artists are in Bali, and those are really the artists and creatives market that we're really going after. Then we're going to come back for a week here in Singapore. And then the following week on Wednesday is Taiwan Blockchain Week. And what's really amazing is the founders of Taiwan Blockchain Week have given us a free booth to run the photo booth app and co-sponsor Taiwan Blockchain Week booth over the Sogni booth with them. That's like a $10,000 value. So we really appreciate that. And then when we come back from Taiwan Blockchain Week, in 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks is Token Tour 49 Singapore. Token Tour 49 is the biggest crypto event of the world. It's always here in Singapore during F1 car race, and it's not only is it a great event, but there are about 800 side events this year. We're doing 2 or 3 side events, activate people and tell people about us, and we're getting a lot of interest in launching our photo booth in different venues and different side events. So we're definitely going to be getting our name out. So yeah, with that, I'll let it over to Mark. How's it going?
Great, going well. Yeah, I had just actually put together for the team. Let me see here. Currently, this new photo booth event frame for was it for Bali? But it's pretty cool to see it in work. This one's got a nice little top and bottom to it. If you go into photo booth and go to settings, it's just super casual, and that's going to be on for that next event. But as Mobs mentioned, we've been doing a lot of optimizations to the platform and being able to target different much more powerful functionality, and one of them is the new worker images that have been coming out. I've been sharing some of those details in worker chat, but actually the new version of the Stable Diffusion worker and the Flux worker is actually live now, including the 4 new models in. And you actually can now configure what models you want to post, even when you have 100 models. You can share just 4 of them. If, like, for example, Photo Booth actually uses 5 different models, and those are all like these models here. I guess there might be 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess there's 8 of them, but you can share just 8 models if you wanted to focus on Photo Booth, for example. And so when we ramp up some machines, like during conference season, we can get more machines on certain apps and certain models, so they're not jumping around so much. But yeah, just a quick preview of that and this nice event banner that's integrated there. Yeah, but the main thing that I wanted to show today is the new models. So this is the native Mac OS desktop app, and it's actually already got the new models integrated, and that should actually be going live some point today. And the desktop and the mobile app is going live sometimes today as well. And so basically, the next time you open these apps after an update, you're going to see, if I go to...
Mark, I think all we see is a black screen.
I wanted to say the same. We can't see your screen.
Oh, man. Okay. Man, Discord is all kinds of buggy today. Let me reshare my screen.
We see gray on the left and right, but black.
Okay, let me reshare my screen.
We have one question here from Fast Worker. Maybe you can answer in the meantime. Let me share it with you. Did you see it from Only Edge user?
Not yet.
Okay, let me resend it. Here. Okay, could you see the question now?
Bring it up here.
We can see your screen.
Oh, is there a reason some jobs earn less Sogni even though it's on the same Flex model and performs the same amount of steps? There, the pricing of the jobs are actually relative to GPU time, and so it should actually be with these new models. Can you see my screen yet? Can you see my screen?
Yep, can see it. Looks great.
Okay, great. Did it disappear when I clicked?
No, still looks good.
Okay, good. All right, so basically, these are the new models. Like this one looks very get some really mid-journey like results. Really awesome. It's Chroma V48 detail calibrated. But if I see it, if you look up here under the Flux section, now there's 4 models. So there's the original Flux Schnell that we've had. This is the 4-step model, and 4-step jobs. It's made to be very fast. It actually takes around 2.5 seconds, 2.8 seconds, something like that on a 4090, 2.0 seconds on a 5090. But that is not factoring the upload speed, which might add another 1.5 seconds, something like that. That's why you normally see like 3.5 seconds for this model. But but this pricing here, if I click on Flux now, you can see the price is around 0.88. So 1 spark is about half a penny. So it's less than half a penny of GPU time for a Flux Schnell turbo model. And so when we move on to these other 4 models, there's actually 3 shown here, but one of them actually has 2 models. Is like Flux Context. So if I click on Flux Context, you'll see that this jumps up to almost 5 spark, and that is because this model takes something like 28 seconds on a 4090. Like these are much larger, more sophisticated models, and so the idea is that even though this one takes like 8 times longer than this one, if you're doing 8 Flux Schnell renders or you're doing 1 Flux Context render, the idea is that you're going to make the same amount if your worker's staying busy 24/7. And same thing with Korea and Chroma. They're very large models. In fact, we use the FP8 version of these models just to be able to have them still run on 16 gigs of RAM and above. But these FP8s are very well produced, so that they're actually virtually indistinguishable from FP16. It's the like the rounding technology underneath the models. But so if what I'm showing you right now is is our generations from Chroma, and so Chroma is basically this new open source. They call it like Flux meets Pony, where basically Flux is very skilled at prompt adherence and putting out really good consistent results. But it's because it's a base model trained by X Stable Diffusion company. They're very PG oriented, very safe, and a lot of the creative styles that people try to do with it are, you can get pretty far with it, but it doesn't have the boundless creativity of some of the Stable Diffusion fine tunes that we have. And so this Chroma is a community project to actually rebuild a new base model from referencing Flux Schnell and basically turning it into a new fully unrestricted and creative tool that has all of the world knowledge that regular Flux is missing. And so like these 4 images are just me going into these samples, and I just clicked on the first sample image here, and you can see the results are super beautiful. And so these, but you can see it's around 5.4 Spark. These this one has a heavy duty version 48 detail calibrated, and then there's the Chroma Flash, which is basically the Flux Schnell version of like the fast version of this model. And so with the Flash version, see with the Chroma V48, the default is 26 steps. Because it's not a turbo model, but the Chroma model is 12 steps, 10 to 12 steps. And so if I rerun this prompt using that, you'll see that it has the speed of Flux Schnells. Maybe it takes twice as long, but the results are still very good and very not like Flux. And then if I go into Kriya, so Kriya is very exciting. It's only been out for about 3 weeks, and Kriya, as I mentioned before, it's a special project that was done in combination between BFL, Black Forest Labs, the creators of Flux, and Kriya, the platform Kriya, and they basically wanted to create a model where you could not distinguish it from real, genuine analog photography, and just next level realism where it doesn't look like AI, because there's a lot of images out there and ones that are being generated by our platform that are truly amazing, but like it's very obvious that they're AI if you know what you're if you know AI images. And so Kriya is all about basically anti-AI images, images that look so analog that it doesn't look like it was created by AI. It doesn't have blown out highlights. It has the most natural skin that we've seen out of our models, and yeah, it's super cool. Mavis, can you mute? And so if I do another render here, you see we've got a bunch of workers seeding it. Basically, if you're running a Flux worker now, if you stop your worker and restart it, it should pull in this new worker image, and that has these new models in it. Okay, looks like the steps got messed up there. Should be 12. But anyways, we're going to have some contests around these models. This steps got too low. Some contests around these models and really show them off proper. The next one to show off is is the one that we've been most excited about. It is Flux. It is Flux Context, and so this one is a truly revolutionary model, because it is our first edit model. And so it's not you can prompt with it and get very good images out of it. But the main point of this model is not for generating images. It's for doing something with images, whether it's for example, say I rendered this was out of this model, but if I drag this into the context window, so this context window is unique to context. It's not guide image. It's not a control net. It's a reference image. So I can say he is now fishing, and so context is super good at understanding what your intention is and what's in the image, and then reproducing it character consistent. It can do so many things. It can repair old photographs. It can actually take the style of one photo and put it in another. It can take a product photo and a model and then put them both together. It can put the branding on a shirt. It can do so many amazing things. And you can see, you know, I have this woman at a lake, and then I put she is now fishing, and you can see her hair is the same, her face is the same, but now she's fishing. And I can actually say, and then I can say, I can grab this one here and drag that back in. And then I can say, she is holding a salmon fish. And so if I cancel the rest of that, and then I just render that, so I already generated an image with her holding a fishing rod now, and now I want her to, you know, have catch a salmon with that rod, and we'll see how it does. All right, it's still rendering. All right, not necessarily a salmon, but she's got a fish. Fish there, salmon aren't normally orange. But you can see now, you know, now she's holding a fish. So now I can actually, if anybody has any questions or ideas that they want to try with this model, let me know.
Yeah, I've seen some really incredible stuff. What I'm so excited for is like all that stuff you do with ChatGPT 4.0, like, you know, with Ghibli art, you can now do here, you know, with open source. And we've always said open source is only 3 to 6 months behind closed source stuff. So you could even turn yourself into Lego characters and all kinds of stuff like Mark showed 2 weeks ago. And just like, I'm so excited to see what you all come.
Yeah, like for example, I'll like take these two photos and I'll put them together, and then I'll say combine photo of woman in the pink style in the colorful pink style. So I just grabbed these two images from the gallery, and then I'm going to combine them. And you can see with context, you actually, instead of having one guide image or one control net, you can actually have up to 2 images. And so you can remix styles. You can bring two separate photos of people and merge them together into one photo, like the picture was originally taken with it. You can have like, there's like 100 different ideas in there. And let me see. Maybe it's because I had the guide image, the randomized guide image. Anyways, like you get the idea. There's much cooler examples, but this model is like pretty incredible. Like mostly, even for professionals, like you can take landscape. You can take a photo of your living room and say, remove all the furniture because I'm trying to stage my house, and it would just remove all the furniture. You know, it's all about these editing tasks that you might have, that anything to do. You could take a poster and you could say, change the type in the poster. It changed the words from December to January, and it would just do that and whatnot. So the potential is like really really awesome with these models, and they're coming today actually. So the worker is live, and the front end clients are being updated today. And because Flux Context and Flux Korea are professional models that we have licensed directly from Black Forest Labs, there is a licensing fee that we pay to BFL. It's actually about 1 penny per render. So because of that, we can't offer those two models with just the free daily boost points. You actually have to use either Sogni tokens or Premium Spark through in-app purchases to use these two models. But the Chroma models, as it's fully open sourced, is up for grabs with any of the Spark credit, including the free daily boost.
And then the other thing to note is that this stuff is coming for Mac native, Mac Studio Pro, and then iOS, Sogni Pocket. And then in the next couple of weeks, it's going to roll out for Sogni Web. So we like to test some of these bigger changes and bigger models on the Mac ecosystem, iron out any bugs and kinks, and then roll it out to the majority of our audience, which is on web. So you'll be seeing that roll out in the next couple of weeks.
Well, actually, web, I believe all the models will be coming today except Flux Context, because it has the new boxes here. We're trying to get that out this week. But if the other models come out today, which I believe they are, Context may be held back on web for a couple of days until this new component is available. But yeah, hopefully it will be available by the end of this week. I'm still getting word on the team on that, but all of the other 4 models that we have in there should be available on all clients.
All right, yeah. To just repeat what Mark says, all the models are rolling out on Sogni Mac native and Sogni Web, except for Flux Context. It's going to be probably 2 or 3 more weeks for Sogni Web. But honestly, I love Flux Context, and I was having fun in beta with it for days until I started using Flux Korea. Flux Korea doesn't have the same context awareness, but the image model rendering is just so amazing. I really like Flux Korea a lot.
So if I do Flux Context and I say make her into a Lego character, this is something that I'm really excited for us to add into Photo Booth, actually, because Flux Context is able to do really next level transformations that a lot of our instant ID control nets couldn't do. Like converting someone to a Lego, it changes. You really have to understand what Lego faces look like, and you know, our control nets really try to stick to reality more than is ideal. Like a lot of the NFTs that we want to emulate inside of the NFT creator, like those look like squiggly face characters, and you can now get to that level of control with this model. You can even do group shots. Yeah, so like make her into a Lego character, and there she is. Really neat. So that's a little better of a demo for you. The possibilities are really endless. We're always blowing our minds every day with what we can do with this model. But they're all incredibly fun, and they're all produced results that we haven't seen before in Sogni. There's actually a couple other features that yeah, like that one now. That all of these models come with, and these are new schedulers. And so these schedulers are basically all of the Flux models so far have used the Euler Simple, which is like the default scheduler for Flux. But there's actually a bunch of schedulers and a bunch of what we call time spacing. In Automatic and other tools, they call them schedulers and samplers. But basically, it's the way that it's the algorithm that the model uses to go from complete noise to final image. And diffusion scheduler sampler. So there's actually this website called Stable Diffusion Art, and they actually have some of the best tutorials. So if you want to better understand that, the power of schedulers, it actually gives you a really good breakdown. But basically, we're introducing more advanced tools for power creatives, and this is one of the levers that these creatives often use are these schedulers. And so if you use the wrong scheduler, like you can get weird results. But if you use the right scheduler for what you're trying to do, you can get better results than you've ever seen before. And so if I scroll all the way down here, you can see like what the result looks like with each different type of scheduler here. When it comes to like skin tones, like one scheduler might be really good at skin tones, another one might be more better at like bold lines, another one might be like more interesting compositions. And the interesting thing is like these are all using the same underlying model, so it really kind of opens the door on like SGM uniform. Like when I was showing you guys like a bunch of pictures from like goblins and gremlins that I was generating, the level of quality in detail work I was getting from that from this scheduler and time step combination was really neat. It really brought it up to another level. So in this one, you can't tell as much, but yeah, I would recommend playing around with these schedulers and time spacing. And we're actually going to surface those to the Stable Diffusion worker as well. But there's just more creative tooling for you guys to play with.
Come out with a blog article about the differences of schedulers. Some of the differences are really, really crazy. Like, it's definitely worth checking. Also, Mark, and so people are asking, when is this rolling out? Because they're not saying.
So I believe, Ethan said he's using it right now. So the Mac client is actually live. It just got updated. And so that's the Mac app and the iPhone app are updated. And let me find out about the. I'll hand it back to you, Miles, and then I'll check. I'll check with the team on what the status is of the web version. I believe we're trying to get that out today for most of the models.
Sweet, I'm so excited. I just switched from the beta version of Sogni to the mainnet version, and it didn't prompt me for an update. So maybe it's rolling out like regionally or randomly or something. My non-beta version does not do Flux yet, so I would give it like 24 hours to check it out. Yeah. With the Aether wallet stuff, I'm gonna right after this call, like how to connect your Aether NFT to your Sogni account. Aether wrote a blog post that says you need to move the NFT to your Sogni account, but you can't do that because it's soulbound. The reason that we made that NFT soulbound is because that was a value gift to Aether, certain Aether community holders, and we don't want them reselling it, just random people using the value of that. And so that is why we made it soulbound. So we had to create technologies to be able to connect third-party NFTs to your Sogni account. I have a bunch of screenshots and stuff that I'm about to see right after this call. What's really great is Natalia and the support team said so many came through to ask about it. So the partnership is doing what it should in more community here. The other thing is, I'm sure you guys noticed, is like our token, pumped to new all-time highs like a couple days ago, and that was pretty insane. And I don't like to talk too much about token stuff, but man, that was a crazy ride, wasn't it? And I'll tell you what caused that. Is that I have a to-do list a mile long. And in that to-do list, I had to update our DEX screener pair to, do the banner and add the socials. It costs about $2.99 to do that. And finally, 40 days, 50 days out of TGE, I finally did that. And when I did that, immediately it must have set off a lot of bots and alerts on Twitter, and so many little KOLs came and said, this is a hidden gem, and everyone started just market buying it like crazy, and we hit not only new highs but all-time highs, even passing our first day TG price. So I'm just grateful. I know the price has since come back down a bit. Definitely not back to where we used to be, but much higher, which is nice. But the sad part of running a Web3 project, marketing and people interested in purely on the speculation and stuff. And for me, that's okay too, because that brings more real users, more liquidity, and other such things. So as people discover us every couple weeks, something big happens, token pumps, it brings in more people. So I'm super excited. Our team is here for the long term. We are slowly working on the migration of our existing corporate structure to a Cayman Island foundation. So we're really building the roots here that are going to last for a really long time. Our goal as a team, there's 14 of us now, is not just replace private AI with a slightly better version. We want to replace it with a completely better version. But that stuff takes time, and part of us going to CoinFest Bali, Token 249, Taiwan Blockchain Week, and probably Korea Blockchain is getting the word and the message out there. So super excited as we, people start discovering us, the hidden gem. And it's so funny. Some of these tweets I read, or really, they made me feel good, And so as it keeps happening, I'm going to be so excited. And, with the release of Sogni video, new models, artist profiles, Android app, there's so much cool stuff coming. So I'm so glad you guys are right. With that, we do have a good about 9 minutes here until I need to jump on my next call. So I'm happy to have people ask any questions. How you guys feeling? How you doing? We're going to be making some updates to Discord. We're probably going to get rid of our Telegram community and replace it with just an announcement page and tell people to come to our Discord. It's a little bit too hard to manage both those places, and honestly, the Telegram, it's a lot more full of spam and stuff that we have to safeguard users from. So by just turning it into a read-only announcement channel and telling them to come over to Discord, I think all the projects that I've worked with actually have done that. I think that's going to be a lot better for the community. More design contests and stuff to come. Always be careful of scammers and stuff. Sogni team will never ask you to send tokens or anything crazy like that. If it's too good to be true, most likely it is. I have a lot of people impersonating me, even to the other employees like that. Some of them are funny. But yeah, I'm really excited. And if you guys have any questions, comments, just leave them in the chat. We got a lot more cool stuff to come.
So the checker for season 1, that is going to be probably the next 24 hours. We had a major hustle to get these new platform updates out. And now that those are out, we'll be switching gears to getting the airdrop ready. And so we'll be sharing the Google Sheet that has the breakdown of all awardees and all formulas, so it's very transparent. And so expect that out in the next 24 hours. I'm not sure if we'll have Moms, are you planning on making the dedicated checker? Because the Google Sheet can also just be a checker.
Yeah, it just takes me 5 minutes to set that up. So have send me the and we'll get it started.
Cool.
It'll be the same process.
Cool. All right, yeah, that's going to be a nice big airdrop, and everyone's earned it.
Yeah, and don't forget, guys, that it happens every 6 weeks, and the earlier you stake and the longer you stake for, the bigger the bonuses that you get. We also have the auto stake feature, so you don't have to keep on bothering to stake it. Mark, is that going to be out, or is that out yet? The auto stake?
Yeah, auto staking for fast workers is live, and what that also does is when you check that box, it it will actually increase your earnings from 51% to 60%, and as Moms mentioned, like we are, pardon the pun, but raising the stakes with staking. It's moving to a 30% of the airdrop in the new season. Last season it was 20%, and a lot of excuse me, and a lot of users, even from testnet, have been staking the majority of their earnings, and that's how you accumulate, how you stack. Like I know Algi, for example, has been number one on the worker leaderboard in last season, and is also on this season, is because he's been staking every bit of his earnings, and that's how those earnings multiply. And so Nusana Network, they've been in second place to him, but they've been staking every bit of their earnings as well. So very cool to see the platform at work. We're listening to feedback, and people have told us that Cusco is doing some interesting things with staking against workers, where you revenue share with workers and increase their job rate, and that's an interesting angle. And so we're continuing to evolve the staking mechanics on the platform. And someone asked, like, will there be another season after season 2? And we plan on continuing to have these 6-week seasons where our smart contract devs are 24/7 working on the next staking features. And the next one we've been working on in the background is a voting token against the staking. But for the voting token to have utility, we actually have to have the voting dashboard set up, and we're trying to get that stuff set up as soon as possible, because we would love your feedback and guidance on where you guys want to take the platform. We have big picture strategy in mind, but it's a multi-year endeavor, and we want to make sure that we're moving in a great direction that everyone is happy with.
Cool. With that, Mark and I do have another here in about 3 minutes. Mark, we got one question here. Is it possible to get auto staking one artist while checking allocation before release on 25th? I'm not sure what that means, but maybe you do.
It's because the 25th is when the actual airdrop claim is going live, but that is the same time they would miss the staking window. So we are talking about trying to get that unlocked a little early, maybe like 24 hours early if we can. But yeah, we're hearing, guys, that if you're going to stake the tokens, ideally you wouldn't miss another epoch because of the airdrop happening on Monday. So you wouldn't be able to stake you could stake right away, but you wouldn't start accumulating epochs until the next Monday. So yeah, I'm still talking with the team on that and seeing what's possible, but we'll update you guys on the announcements channel and try to make that happen.
Awesome. Great question. With that, I think this week's ends. I'm not sure if everyone knows it, but we're going to be session. Is that right, Natalia?
Hey, yes, we have our first Render With Me session tomorrow at 1 p.m. So I hope to see you all there.
Awesome.
And,
so excited.
Yeah, I am excited to hope to see all of you there, and I hope you will be enjoying our sessions. We would like to repeat it, weekly. So join us and do not forget to take your friends.
That's right. Get ready to learn some tips and tricks. We're gonna learn a lot of cool stuff, and who knows, maybe Nat might give a face reveal. We'll see. All right.
Maybe, yes, maybe someday.
She's gonna mint it on chain, and only the owner of the NFT can do the reveal. So,
Only the NFTs, right? Okay, guys, thank you so much.
good session.
See you or
Thank
hear you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow at 1.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.